Hi, my name is Eric and I'm with Driven Industries, and thanks for watching this video. Today I'm going to share with you one of the tools that I've used through a lot of what I've been through when setting goals, really planning out what I wanted to get done and how. One of the points of our company is sharing the resources and sharing some of the things that we found work. And one of those that I wanted to share with you is keeping a journal. I feel keeping a journal is a very important tool to use when you're trying to achieve a goal and when you're really trying to get through something in life. It's all about what drives you. And when it's determining what drives you, it's putting together a plan and it's being able to reflect back on what worked and what didn't work. Keeping a journal throughout all this is actually, I feel, an extremely important tool. The journal that I use is this one right here. And what I found is so important about this is I can go back and reflect. I keep all my notes in here, and it's one of those that I actually set a goal to make sure that I do each day a journal entry. That way I have a chance to self-meditate, self-reflect, and as you know about our company, we're a clothing company that's based around what drives us. One of the biggest questions I feel in life, but also suicide awareness, sobriety, and really driven for a cause. And this has actually helped me so much along the way. The greatest thing about it is, one, people ask you about it and ask you what you're doing, so it kind of keeps me accountable to my cause. It keeps me accountable to what I'm trying to accomplish. And when I do this, I'm able to put down any kind of notes, any kind of pieces of information that I come across, because throughout the day, especially when you're very goal driven or very one track mindset of seeing what an outcome's going to be, you come across a bunch of different information. We're always being fed different information from different sources, whether it be the TV, radio, a friend that we're talking to, something we find on YouTube. And sometimes it's hard to be able to capture all of that information. So writing it down, one, helps us retain it in our memory bank and retain it for ourselves. It helps us memorize a little bit of what we want to have done, and it also helps us create a story. And so one of the things that I've done with this journal is I use this personally to keep myself accountable for, one, my sobriety. It's something that's very important to me. And I also use this to keep myself accountable to being driven by a cause. Different things with suicide, when I read different articles and I read different clips of what in that video or what in that article I read or what in that audio that I listened to really touched me. Because I want to be able to share that also. I want to be able to retain it and digest it and see really how it best fits into my life and if it's a very useful piece of information. I found writing it all down and keeping a journal has allowed me to really be able to go back through my notes and organize my thoughts when creating this company and then also creating the Driven by a Cause line. I was able to write down and draw out all my ideas and go back to them that I had a hard, solid copy of it. And when I run out, I just keep replacing the pages. This was given as a gift to me by my wife. And it's funny because people ask me, hey, what is that? And it has a unique look to it, and I appreciate that look because, let's face it kind of looks like Indiana Jones. And it reminds me of, hey, did I write in this today? It keeps me accountable to making sure that each day I progress somewhere forward in my business and somewhere forward and trying to spread the awareness of suicide and keeping on top of my sobriety, because if you're an addict, you're always in recovery. We don't get fixed. And this right here has become just an important tool, an important piece of my life. So one of the biggest things I can suggest is if you're running into that point where you have a lot of feelings bottled up or a lot of thoughts bottled up, try writing them down. It's an amazing tool because the more that we write it down, the more that we understand it. If you have goals, write the goals down. As soon as we write them down, they become a little bit more concrete. It starts holding us a little bit more accountable. Because let's face it, a goal is great, but if it's in our head and we don't share it with anybody and we don't do anything with it, a goal is just a goal, and if we don't achieve it, it becomes a memory to an idea, and it just dissipates. this helps hold us a little bit more accountable to it. There's a very unique feeling when you read a goal that you once had and you didn't reach it, and you have kind of that pit that goes, man, I want to achieve that, and it reignites that fire. It reignites that passion. And again, as a company, that's what we're all about. And I will be sharing with you a lot of the tools that I use in my personal life, because there's so many different things out there that are extremely useful and can serve a purpose on helping us achieve what drives us and what drives you. So one of the things I suggest is, if you're struggling when it comes to your thoughts and struggling when it comes to your accountability, and you're struggling when it comes to your goal, get a journal. Start writing every day. It's great because it sets one of those, very big on daily goals. It sets a daily goal of writing constantly your thoughts down. Gives you an achievement for each day. If you're feeling depressed, it lets you even look back and reflect of, okay, what are some of the triggers that I have that have helped cause me to feel depression? And it also is a great thing to look back at, because it's almost a roadmap to your story. It's a roadmap to what drives you. We look back and see where we started, and then we can read back through it, sometimes get some great information out of it, and now see where we're at now. And it's kind of like a place meter to find out where we're at in our journey, if we have a long ways to go and what we may or may not need to readjust. So down below, I'm going to place a link to the one that I use. Feel free to click through to it. The biggest thing though is getting a tool that you can get these thoughts into, getting all your ideas into, and a place that they're organized. I mean, laptops to me are great. Tablets are great. I have both of them. But nothing, for me personally, has ever sunk into my brain quite like it does when I take the time to actually write it out. And being able to read back and going, what did I mean when I wrote this? What was the purpose of me writing it? And refreshing back through my memory and through my brain of, okay, here's where I was at this point. Did I achieve this goal? I didn't. How do I keep myself accountable to now achieving it? Or, hey, I reached this goal, whether it was weight loss or working out. Gave me just a great tracking. So I just want to pass this tool along to you, pass an idea along to you. Hopefully it helps you. And let me ask you one question. What drives you? I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you click the subscribe button and check out our channel for more videos.